Hi, welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. My name's Mitch and I'm going to run you around this 2014 HSV Gen F Clubsport R8 sports wagon. That's a mouthful, isn't it? So I'm going to start out by running you through the exterior of the vehicle, showing you some of the features, the condition of the car, and then we'll jump inside, show you through the interior as well. So starting on the front, first thing you can tell, obviously being a Gen F, is the that VF front. It does have a black decal on the bonnet with Clubsport R8 on it, obviously, the HSV badging. Now the overall condition of the car, I've already looked around, it is fantastic. There are a few minor little stone chips on the front bumper which have been addressed. LED daytime driving lights, your signature VF, headlights with daytime driving lights, fog lights, the front parking sensors as well, colour coded, hidden away so they don't stand out. They are pretty ugly if you see them, but they are well hidden. Moving around to the driver's side front wheel, this car has got special HSV forged wheels. You can see the red HSV brake caliper there with the slotted vented disc as well. Tyres on these are the Achilles. They have got quite a bit of tread on them. For a 20-inch wheel, you do have a smaller sidewall, but it is surprisingly comfortable to drive in the touring mode, which I'll explain a little about shortly. Moving back from that, we can see the signature VF side grille there with integrated indicator as well. Colour matching side mirrors with the blind spot monitor built into them as well. Keyless entry, keyless start. This car does have remote start as well, being an automatic. You can push that silver button on any of the door handles and it will unlock the car or lock the car. The car has been fitted with some tint as well, looks fantastic. You do have a black decal running down the lower section of the car just above the side skirt with the R8 Clubsport logo in there as well. Just behind that we do have our second premium forged alloy wheel. Again, perfect condition, no marks, no scratches, nothing. Again, a 20-inch tyre. This one is a Continental, fantastic tread on this one as well. You can also see once again that bright red large HSV caliper and the slotted discs as well. Moving around the back, we do have the Series 1 tail lights for the HSV Gen F. Fantastic, you do get that black outline around the outside. Which ties in with the black contrast striping on the car as well, which we can see across the tailgate as well. So that is just a vinyl sticker pack that has been applied to the car. Breaks up the silver colour. The silver does reflect fantastically. The paint condition is amazing. Again, other than that front bumper, I haven't seen any major stone chips or marks on the paint at all. Inside that HSV logo, we do have the carbon fibre finish, 325 badge in the chrome. That's the kilowatt that the motor outputs. We have a tow bar, and obviously being a V8 HSV, it does have the quad exhaust outlets, two on either side of the tow bar. While we're around the back here, I will open the tailgate. Now the best thing about the sports wagon when they developed it is the recess is actually quite far across into the roof line. So you actually get a really wide opening, but it doesn't open too far out away from the vehicle, which you can see there. So as the tailgate does come down, it's probably about 20 centimeters longer than the car, which means that you're not going to be opening it up into a wall if you allow that little bit of extra space, which you can do with the reverse camera. HSV mats, cargo blind with a tie down net. And underneath we do have a full-size spare. So this is the, you can see it is colour coded, but it is just a standard wheel. And you do also have this little special hook, which you can hook up on top of the rear shelf to help you not have to hold it. There is the tongue and ball in there as well, 12-volt socket, tie down points, everything's in there for what you need. Obviously being the sports wagon, heaps of room in there. Around to the third premium forged alloy wheel. Again, perfect condition, Continental tyre on this one as well with heaps of tread. Again, your HSV brake package, fantastic as well. No marks, scratches or discoloration on those calipers. Fantastic condition. Again, you're seeing that black vinyl decal down the side of the car again. It does carry across, obviously, breaking up the car with that silver chrome strip, the black pillars on the windows as well, black wheels. Again, front indicator indicated into that front grille. And again, our last wheel, there are some minor little imperfections on this wheel. And this is the one wheel which you might expect to see some minor imperfections. It has been touched up, have to look pretty hard to see it. Again, fantastic tread on this tyre. It is an Achilles as well, so 2 Achilles tyres on the front and Continentals on the rear. Again, the brakes are in fantastic condition. No stone tips or marks on that red caliper either. Now I'm going to pop the bonnet, run you through the engine, and then we'll jump inside. Okay, so now we're looking under the bonnet here of the VF Clubsport sports wagon. As you can see, it is the LS3 6.2 litre engine, 325 kilowatt engine, as I did mention before. It does have 550 newton meters of torque, so fantastic amount of performance out of this car. Build date and build plate is just up on the strut tower at the top here, Gen F. Now it is build number 25, okay, so it is an early build in obviously the silver nitrate colour. In terms of safety, it is a 5-star safety rated car. You're not really going to run into any dramas. It does have all the airbags and safety equipment that you do need. I will run you through some of the extra components that the HSV, since I believe the E-Series 3 have been using in terms of their driver customization menu when we jump inside the car. But a fantastic car to drive, heaps of power, heaps of torque, any gear. It is mated to a 6-speed sports automatic, so you can change gears manually. Fuel economy wise, you're not really going to be buying this for fuel economy, but if you take it easy, you will easily get about 700 kilometres out of a tank. Okay, so now we're sitting in the 2014 HSV Clubsport sports wagon. I'll be running you through some of the features inside the cabin here, running you through the driver modes as well that we can bring up through the HSV interface that we have in the EDI suite, which is what they call it. I'll run you through starting from the driver's door across to the middle. So starting on the driver's door, on the lower part of the driver's door card with your armrest, hard to see from where my camera person's sitting, but we do have your mirror switches, window lock. Above that, door handle with our door locks, light switch just to the right of the steering column, and also our instrument cluster brightness control. On the steering wheel itself, we have our telephone and media controls on the right hand side. Now we have our cruise control on the left. Behind the steering wheel we have got obviously indicators on the right, wipers on the left. Now the center screen does have a trip computer that we can navigate through by using the menu button on the stalk. That includes tyre pressures, eco information for your fuel consumption, as well as just the main vehicle computer with your digital speedo, navigation information, average speed, range to empty, etc. Steering wheel does have the horn in the middle, obviously the first driver airbag. And you do have some lights that do come up on the dash, as well as just up above the center console there with your indicators and everything. There we go, wrong one. We do have a head-up display in this vehicle. So the head-up display does display your speed, navigation, cruise control information, as well as any warnings. For example, your forward collision mitigation, which is an emergency braking function that is set through the steering wheel as well. You can set the distance, as well as your lane departure warning, as I mentioned earlier. Moving across to the center screen here, this is the home screen for HSV's MyLink system. So we can see now playing EDI, which is the HSV driver customization menu, I should call it. There is navigation, phone, AM, FM radio, as well as some media streaming services. You do have a CD player, a DVD player, auxiliary input, Bluetooth, and a rear auxiliary as well. A lot of customization through there as well, and quick info that will run you through almost like a troubleshooting guide on the vehicle itself. Going back to the home screen, I will show you the HSV EDI mode, because that's probably something that's new to most people. Comes up with all the information there. As I said, chassis number 25. Now this here is a like a logging system for, say, running on a racetrack. So you can select the track, so Calder Park Raceway, Collie Motor Complex, Eastern Creek Circuit, etc. So there's quite a few different racetracks which you can calibrate, and the car will actually use the GPS to work out your corner speed, obviously with your engine, but also your lap times through the start-finish line. Now we can do left or right by touching the screen. So that's your logging system. So there is a key that you can log your information onto a USB. Drivability in terms of your braking and traction, so whether you're engaging ABS or you're slipping, so in other words, sort of like if you're oversteering. G meter, oversteer and understeer as you're turning corners. Now this is an interesting one. This is about the bimodal exhaust. So at the moment it says that it's on fixed flow, so it's just on quiet mode, and idle is off. And as you step on the accelerator, it will raise up the throttle meter, which I'll do for you now, and it moves through the RPM as well. So it's on quiet at the moment, and it's still pretty noisy. So imagine what it's like when it's open. Here's a hint, I will show you later. Next we have our basically our driver aid for our RPM gear position, and we can also, if we are in gear, I believe, in the right mode, move it to performance, we'll see what happens. Let's wait for it to disappear. No, I'm making it up as I go along. There we go. So we're into shift mode. So now we get a shift light. We can change the shift light position from eco or track mode. So at the moment it's in track mode, so it will light up on the right hand side of the screen when you're meant to shift gears for the maximum power. Obviously moving to the next gear within the right rev range, so you do have that power and torque at the maximum points. Lastly, we've got our gauges. So the gauges you can customize. At the moment it's kilowatts and newton meters. Pretty much just move through transmission temperature, elevation, there's everything, exhaust pressure, intake manifold pressure, intake manifold temperature, it goes on and on and on. So endless customization there through whatever you want to display on that screen. And then your fuel consumption over the distance up to 125 kilometers, and now we're back to that timing screen. That's pretty intensive. We'll skip on and move through the car. We do have your climate controls beneath that, dual zone climate, so you can obviously set the driver's and passenger temperature different to each other, and by touching the zone button there you bring it into a line with the same temperature on both driver and passenger side. Beneath that, two lovely gauges. We do have our oil pressure on the left, battery voltage on the right, a nice silver plaque, Clubsport R8, as well as our gear selector with our sport mode. So it is in drive at the moment. Moving it across to the left, activate sport mode. The car is still in automatic at this stage. As soon as you change gears by moving it forward or back, the car will go to manual mode, and it will hold the gear until you go to the next gear or until you move it back to drive. Behind that, starting from the left, we have our park assist mode. The car will self-park itself in a parallel car park, as long as the park is long enough for the vehicle, and your parking sensors. Handy because the car does have a tow bar. So say for example you do select reverse gear, you get the audible warning. If you turn the parking sensors off, obviously backing up to a trailer, you're not going to get that really loud audible warning. Using the camera there, you can see it's quite clear. The clarity is fantastic, the brightness isn't too bad, the colours are fantastic. Putting the parking sensors back on, you get that audible warning. Next to that, we do have our driver mode. So that then allows us to calibrate the car between touring, performance, and sport. The first one is touring. So that's going to be sport steering, which firms it up a bit, enhances the throttle pedal and also the exhaust. Next we go to sport. You can see that the all stay the same. Steering goes to competitive, so it is a firmer steering wheel, as well as the bimodal exhaust being on normal mode. And then we go to performance, and again traction control and stability control are now turned to competition mode, with the steering still in competitive mode, and then the exhaust being in competitive mode as well. There is a traction control button in the middle of the dial there, which we can take control of as well as our electric handbrake just to the right of that as well. Two cup holders, large cubby hole in your glove box section there. 12 volt socket, USB auxiliary input. There's a little button there. I'm not sure what that does, but let's pretend it didn't see it there. All right, so in finalising on the car, I guess you can have it through the video, you'll be able to tell that the condition of the car is fantastic. The condition of the car does mean that it does qualify for our mechanical protection plan that covers you for 5 years of extended warranty and also 10 years of premium roadside assist Australia-wide. If you have any further questions on that mechanical protection plan, please click on the link in the description below. You can always call us on 9907 0555 if you'd like to arrange a viewing or test drive of our Clubsport R8 sports wagon. Please feel free to give us a call anytime. My name's Mitch and I'm from Berwick Mitsubishi, where customer service is where we thrive. Thanks for watching.